And that's what we're doing to the LS Mustang. Hello everybody, it's Braden from Southern Torque Garage, and I just wanted to let you guys know a little update on the car. Made a short about it, about what was going to happen, and now it's time I tell you. So, I picked up a sponsor on it about a week ago now. He wants to sponsor the build, but his only requirement is I have to turbo it. So, we're going to be turboing the Mustang. It's going to be either a 5.3 or a 6-liter LS, aluminum block. We are going to be putting a turbo on it, making around 18 PSI. We're going to do some ported heads, a nice stage 2 cam. We're going to run shorties, but I am going to do fender exit exhaust out both sides, not just one. And we're going to do a lot more stuff than I was originally going to, because this kind of went from budget to full-on race car mode. We're going to get a cage made up because he does fabrication, and just some other things like that I'm really excited to do. Unfortunately, I was not able to pull the motor. It decided to rain like crazy. So postpone pulling the motor. Getting ready to go pick one up maybe this weekend. When I do, I will make a video of actually picking the thing up. Hoping to pay around $200 because I'm going to LKQ, pick your part. Gonna grab a motor. Junkyard motor, so it'll be a junkyard turbo LS build. We're going to tear it down, and we're going to put some new rings in it and so on. Get the block cleaned up and painted and looking real good. The car I'm looking to make near or around 600 to 800 horsepower. It's just in that range, going with a 750 CFM carburetor to keep up with the turbo. I'm gonna run with a Holley intake manifold, single plane. The dual plane really is not great for a turbo build. I do have a set of Texas long speed headers right now for a 5.3 LS. If you wanted to pick them up and you're around the Wichita area, let me know in the comments. Selling them for about $600, but I'm really not wanting to go below that. And as for the transmission, I'm probably going to stick with the Turbo 400, but I'm going to do a trans brake on it, just because I plan on racing this thing down in Arc City, and that's really cool. I'm going to redo the front suspension and rear suspension. I already plan on replacing that rear axle with an upgraded one that can handle the LS power, so that's not changing at all. Probably just, like I said, going to go with a Ford Explorer one on it rather than something silly that won't hold up very long. So build the Ford Explorer rear axle, probably run a 373 rear end. I'm not sure on the rear end yet where I want to run it, but definitely doing a Turbo 400 and a 5.3 or 6-liter LS. There will be probably like an 80mm turbo. I'm not really sure how big or how small yet, but that's probably around where it'll be. Nothing insane, just making 16 to 18 pounds, not pounds, PSI of boost. So it would be real nice to have. It'll be fun. It'll be a really fun car to be able to go rip around in. Getting the title sorted out on it, because I bought the car with no title. It's how I got it for $300. Which a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, you made a big mistake doing that." And thankfully, in Kansas, specifically Sedgwick County, getting a bonded title is pretty easy. You got to pay some. I think it'll cost around $500 to get it once it's all said and done, because I got to get an appraisal. You got to pay someone to appraise it. You got to pay to get the title and the VIN inspected, and then there's just a bunch of fees that you got to pay. But it's fairly easy in Kansas. I've had a couple friends who've done it before on their cars, but I do plan on also wrapping it with my own my YouTube, like a YouTube wrap. That I think that would be pretty cool. Which my sponsor happens to know a guy. So, also update on the F-150. The injectors did not fix the shutter, but I'm still having fuel issues. So I'm thinking that the fuel pump or fuel pump module, like the module that controls the fuel pump, is the next problem. So I'll be doing a replacement on those, and I'll make sure my phone's charged up this time. That'll be real annoying if it dies the second time while I'm recording, working on my truck. So one more thing before I go. I know I was going through JR's video where he shouted me out, and a lot of guys were, oh, you're putting a Chevy motor in a Ford and blah, blah, blah. Guys, yeah, there's something you got to know about this car. That car has not run, like, driven on the road since almost 2016. It's got a V6 that makes only around 180 horsepower. It's a 5-speed manual. Hasn't been loved for years. So I'm actually doing something with the car rather than let it sit for forever. So anyone who wants to say out there, oh, you're putting a a Chevy motor in a Ford, or, first of all, you got to remember, 5.0 Coyote anywhere, not cheap. You cannot find those cheap. No matter what anyone tells you, oh, I picked one up for $800. Yeah, you bought it from some dude who blew the head gasket on it 3 times, so was just sick and tired of the motor. Plus, an LS, you pay a lot less to make a lot more power. But yeah, no, that's the update on the car and an update on the truck. And I will be taking this thing to as many Mustang car shows as I can to piss off as many purists as I can. It's not the purpose of this build by any means. I'm not doing this to piss people off. That's just kind of like the fun side effect of it all. You get to piss a lot of people off, you get to have fun, and you just get to, do more and more to this car that nobody's loved for years, but suddenly everyone wants to hate on it just because you're putting a Chevy motor in a Ford. But what's funny is the Chevy motors fit in these cars better than the Ford motors fit in these cars. So I'm just gonna put that out there. But yeah, Mustang, we got a sponsor. F-150 shutter not fixed, but I'm hoping to fix it with the next thing on the list of fixings. And third, I'm pissing off a lot of guys, and honestly, it's kind of funny sitting here, I'm gonna be able to do what I want with my car, and all these guys are, oh, you're so kind of like with JR Go's motorcycle, the camo wrap. Dude, that thing looks good with the camo wrap. A lot of people hate it because the green on red, which I understand, but I mean, it looks pretty cool. I think it stands out. It's not like every other bike on the road, every other red bike on the road. And everyone's saying, oh, Braden's just being nice. I'm not. If he pulled up in a junker and he was like, oh man, it's such a nice car, and I would tell him straight up it's a junker. If you're here and you haven't heard of Watch JR go check him out as well. He's an amazing guy. He kind of got me kickstarted on YouTube here, and I'll talk to you guys later.